Hello everyone, and it's Graham from Lakeside, and for the third and final time it's the TMD again. So I've been working on this afternoon, Sunday, and I've done really well. I've now finalised it all and the track is now pinned down, dropper wires been put in, and also the pointers have been wired up ready for the motors to be connected up. So a few minor tweaks. So let's start where the Y point was, which was there. I've now taken that out completely and moved it right the way along to here. And the reason why I've done that was that I really did want to push this TMD shed down further that way, but I couldn't because of the cattle dock which was there in the old track, which the Y point was initially for connecting up to. But what I've done, I've taken that cattle dock up, which was there, and it's now going to be positioned, and I'll try not to pan too quickly, and it's going to be up there where the farm used to be, or was going to be. So there'll be a point put in just there, and then that will lead off to the cattle dock area. So that'd be nice, because that's kind of where it should be, really, where the farm would be and is close by, so we can get his sheep and cows and things and bung them in there ready for transport. So that's that. So the cattle dock is out of the way. So this leaves me now with this area now for the TMD area. Now, the reason why I've got a space there is because I want access for low loaders, and the low loaders will come in from this road here. A brilliant access point for it just here, so it can drive onto the hard standing just here, which will either be tarmac or concrete, and it will be able to go over here, over this track and along there, and then it will be able to crane off or whatever any locomotive or carriage which is sitting on this particular track here. And that track is got through by this Y point here, so it does that, and it's close to the shed, but it's near enough to clear, so that's okay there. I've tried a few things along there, and it's all, and the deltic goes through no problem. What else? Right, the main layout here has not changed, that's still the same, but what I have done is that I have taken the track which was originally for the fueling, I've moved the fueling completely, and I've now got it on that main track. So what happens now is that rather than it having to come in, and as you know it came into this point here, had to go into the shed and then back out along to there on this track, which, as quite a few people pointed out, was not the ideal solution. I realised that, but at the time I didn't know how else I can do it. But again, stepping back from it and sleeping on it and thinking about it, I thought the only way I could get around that is by utilising the main track here for the marshalling of the tankers. So now the tank wagons can now come in from up there, access that point here, go through those set of points and continue in a straight line to there, and then it can dispose of its fuel into the containers without any disturbance to any other points or any other part of the TMD, which is the nice thing about it. So that now clears up these points here, not points, sorry, these tracks here for their individual applications. So we've still got one piece of track there which is just for standing. We've got 2 tracks there either side for the fueling and 1 track here for the wash, and I've put a 2-card DMU in there to give you an idea. So the wash now is at the length of a coach, so if a coach comes in it can be washed from start to finish without falling off the track. So that works out okay. So I've got fueling or fuel container, wash, fueling for the locos. So that takes care now of those 3 items, plus a hard standing, and then I have free access then to the shed. Now if anybody wants to access this shed or this one, then obviously they're going to have to wait in number 1 platform perhaps for the occasion when there might be an occasion for fueling. Now that's not going to happen every day and all day, it's only going to happen now and again, so waiting in that number 1 platform is not going to be very often. And that is about it. So all these points now are pinned down, well the track is pinned down as well, dropper points are put in, the wiring for the points is now through, and I say just waiting for the point motors to arrive, hopefully on Tuesday, and then we should be able to have power and things running. In which case I can probably start ballasting now, but I want the shed on concrete hard standing, so it won't be ballasted all the way, and I should probably bring the concrete up to about this first point. I don't want to go any further than the point for the concreting, and I will be putting illuminated inspection pits in both sides of the shed, and I will possibly put another inspection pit in one of those. It's going to have to be on a straight, so possibly this one here, or maybe the wash, but I think it's probably going to be going for here if I put one in. I'm still not, a couple of people suggested having a inspection pit outside in the open. I'm still not totally convinced about that, but if I do put one in, then that's probably where it's going to go. So that's about it. I will be dividing this area off with some form of fencing, probably the same as what I've got over there, this fencing here. Not a security fencing, just a demarcation zone really, just to divide it off from the passenger side of it from here. So there'll be a fence just going along here, and then obviously there'll be a fence running along here too, because I've got to do a demarcation from that area to what I'm going to do here. So that's about it. I'm happy with this now. It all seems to work fine in theory, and considering the limited amount of room I've got, I think that's probably about the ideal solution. Not the ideal solution in reality, but for Lakeside that's probably the ideal solution. It's not prototypical, as you know, and it never will be, but for me, for the playment point of view, then I'll be happy with this, shunting stuff around backwards and forwards. I could spend quite a few hours doing that up here now. I'll say the low loader, that'll be the hard standing for it there, where this area out here is, and this will all be so that it doesn't sink into any big holes or anything. So it'll be either concrete or gravel with a through area over the track, which will be concrete. or wooden boards, probably concrete actually. And that's it, I think. And then obviously down here, as I said before, there'll be all the paraphernalia you'll get on a site access. And also along here I've got jacks for the shed, and as I say, I want to have a, probably where that 47 is, I want to have a loco being worked upon in there, and I've got some nice ideas for that. So that's it. So I'm now underway now to getting this finished. No more changes, that's going to be it. So it's all tacked down now and wired, so I'm not going to change that and rip it up. That's what you see is now what you're going to get. So hopefully that's sorted out a few things. Thank you for all the comments, they have been helpful. Some of them, most of them, some of them weren't quite so helpful, but there you go. But I have taken on board most of the things people have said and have incorporated them too. So that should hopefully please most people. I know it won't please all, but hopefully it will please most. It pleases me, which is the most important thing. And really, that's what I've got to consider at the end of the day. Okay folks, hope you've had all a nice weekend, and I will probably speak to you again sometime either during the week or most likely at the weekend. So have a safe week if you're driving, and I'll speak to you again later. And what I'll do, I'll just come around the other side after I've done this and show you how it looks with the mansion housing, and show you how that looks then. Okay, so bye for now. Hello again. Okay, so now you can see the TMD area from this far end with the manor house in position. Let me just walk around the side. And you can see the fuel storage area. As we move up, see the shed and the access to it from the road, and the area where the cattle dock used to be, and that will be the half standing for the low loaders to come in. And I will probably put where the bus is at the moment, just there. I will put a line of trees going up here so that the villagers, I may put those two porter cabins on the same level, just so that the villagers don't see, you know, unsightly stuff, if you like, from the yard. So there'll probably be a line of trees there with the access to it on that corner. So I think that will work out okay. Well, it will work out okay. So there you go. That's how it's looking at the moment. So it just leaves, really, that main area there to develop, and all around here, in that corner. Right, okay, so that's about it, and hope you enjoyed that, and I'll speak to you again next week. So bye for now. Bye.